How is everyone doing today? Woo! How is everyone doing today? I'm Wooly, the crazy license plate guy. This time again, license plate spotlight, counting Wooly's license plates. We're on to number 4. Check that guy out. Yeah, we're on number 4 already. It's going fast. Next thing you know, we'll be at 400. But for number 4, we're not keeping it like we've been doing. We've had a 1, a 2, and a 3. As long as that number's on the plate, we're going to go with it. So, 1937 Saskatchewan farm truck, 4-104. So we got 2 4s on there, actually. But check out this thing. Black on white. Big farm truck stamped at the bottom. Black border on there. If you check this out, the passenger plate, instead of farm truck, it says coronation year. And there's no black border. It's just white. I don't know why they did that, but it's also quite a bit smaller of a plate. This 37 farm truck plate is massive. It's big. The passenger is 6 by 12.5. This thing is 6 by 14 inches. Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story in a little bit. When I found the first one I ever seen, and I'd never heard of it before. And I was like, what is it? But we'll get there. We'll get there. So we're still talking about it. The one that says the coronation year, that's because in 1937, on May 12th, we're honoring King George VI. It was his coronation. So we threw it on our plate. Our first ever slogan on our plate. 1937 coronation year. How cool is that? And I know 30s, it was like the depression going on. Maybe we were coming out of it already by 37. But they issued 83,905 passenger plates and 20,672 other non-passenger plates. I assume motorcycles would be in that number too, but for a total revenue, $1,321,451.58. That's a lot of money in 1937. A lot of money. Craziness, right? So also 1937, they were all issued in pairs, but it's hard to find a pair. It's hard to find a nice pair of 1937s. And I had some old timer tell me that 1937 was a bad grasshopper year in Saskatchewan. The grasshoppers were so bad that if you drove your vehicle on any highway, your front license plate was totally destroyed. And that's why the pairs are so hard to find, because of the grasshoppers. I don't know if that's true or not, but I like that story. What do you think? Grasshoppers destroying license plates? You ever hit a big old fat grasshopper in Saskatchewan? It's just like, ting! Just bounces off your vehicle. It's craziness. So what else do we get to tell you about this cool plate? What else indeed? The manufacturer. It's unknown. Do you know who manufactured it? Because we don't. But if you look at the 4s on there, we can maybe figure it out. The 4 seems to be a good number to identify with other plates. Because, you know, if we can match it up to a font and say Nova Scotia, and they knew where that plate was made, then we know where this plate was made, more than likely. But if you know, drop a comment, because we want to know. So take a second, look at this big, sexy, giant farm truck plate. And when I come back, I'll tell you about how and when I found it, or my first ever one, because that's not it. It was a different one. But how I found my first ever farm truck plate. And then we'll tell you about the famous 4s. So I'll be right back. You ready? Okay, see you in a second. Ah! Okay, I'm back. And I'm going to tell you about when and where and how I found my first 1937 farm truck license plate. So, just driving home. Just driving through Drumheller. You know where Drumheller is? That's where the dinosaurs are. And for a short, limited time, that world's largest dinosaur. But they're getting rid of it. It could be yours if you go pick it up. Keith would be cool at the cabin, just saying. But, yeah, anyways, I was driving through Drumheller. And I see a sign for antiques. So I had to cross the Dorothy Bridge. It's this yellow bridge. If you've seen the Ghostbusters movie, they use that same bridge. They filmed there. So you go across that bridge, you drive through Dorothy, you go up this windy hill, and at the top of the hill, there's a farmyard. And there's a big Quonset in that farmyard, full of antiques. So I'm looking around, trying to find license plates, and I see this 1937 plate in the display case. But it's ginormous. Ginormous. I can't see the whole thing. It's kind of hidden. I'm like, hey, I got to find someone. I got to see what this is. So someone finds it. They get out of the case, and I'm like, super excited. Like, I've never seen one of these before. Like, this thing is ginormous. It's cool looking. Farm truck. Saskatchewan farm truck, and it's a different size plate. Like, that's really cool. And the lady's like, yeah, we just got it in. $40. Here's $40. I will take that. And it's going in my collection. And that was way earlier on in life. Like, I was still young, just starting out my Saskatchewan collection. I didn't have anything near like what I have now. And it was cool. I never seen it. There was no like Google search. Google existed, but you couldn't search that to find out what was going on. So I was lost. I just had this cool plate, knew nothing about it. It was years later when I joined ALPCA. ALPCA.org. Check them out. They got some cool stuff. That's when I found out this was a farm truck. And they were big honking things like that in 36, 37, 39, 40. For some reason, they just want to be huge. So they fit on the grain truck better, maybe? I don't know. But they're cool, right? Like, how awesome is that? So if you're ever, I don't even know if that place is still there, but if you're ever driving through Drumheller and you see that cool yellow bridge, the Dorothy Bridge, where Ghostbusters was filmed, go check it out because it's really cool. Yeah, that's how I got my 1937 farm truck. So now, I know, you want to hear about the famous fours. Major League Baseball, Lou Gehrig. NHL, Bobby Orr. Like, come on, he's awesome, Bobby Orr. I know who that guy is. And in NASCAR, we got Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick, I have no idea who that is, but he won a whole bunch of times, like 37 wins. I think that's pretty good in NASCAR. I'm not totally sure, but it sounds like it's pretty good, right? Like, that's a lot of wins. So those are the famous fours. I know you guys want to know who's famous. We'll be able to do that till 99 anyways, and then I don't know what's going to happen after that, but we'll figure it out. That's a long ways away because we're still on number 4. I'm Wooly the Crazy License Plate Guy, and this has been License Plate Spotlight, Wooly's License Plate Collection. Counting the collection. I don't know what we're going to call it yet. We're still working it in, so drop a comment if you got an idea. But how cool is that thing? Farm truck. 4104, 1937. So like I said, I'm Wooly the Crazy License Plate Guy. Have an awesome day, awesome week, awesome year. Find some cool stuff. Get into trouble. Go on an adventure. Go to any sign that says antiques and go check it out. No matter how far into the country or in the middle of nowhere it seems, even if it seems sketchy, there could be some good stuff there. But it's your life. Do whatever you want. Make your own decisions. But hit that subscribe button. Okay. I keep hearing this Rufus guy stalking around. Don't believe anything he says. He's not in charge. Don't trust him. But I'm out of here. Woo!
Rufus here. Rufus is here now. Wooly's gone, and the guy in charge, Rufus, is here. Tell you the real story of this license plate. Who it belonged to. Rufus knows. 1937 farm truck. This belonged to my great-grandpa Rufus. Rufus Senior. That was his plate. And it was on his 1935 farm truck. Check this cool thing out. We'll show you the truck it was on. That was his 35 farm truck. Driving around Saskatchewan. Rufus Senior. He was a bootlegger. He used that farm truck to get booze all over the place. Rufus knows the secret. And Rufus will tell you. So make sure you listen to the end every time. So Rufus, or if you have Rufus, can tell you where this plate really come from. And like I said, it was my great-grandpa Rufus Senior's license plate. It was on his sweet truck that we looked at. Yeah, 1937 farm truck. Rufus is, he knows what's going on. So make sure you listen to the end. And if you watch all the way to the end, make sure you comment Rufus Senior. And we know you're a true fan of all these videos. Okay, well, make sure you subscribe to Wooly the Crazy License Plate Guy so Rufus can tell you the secrets and what's really happening in the license plate world.